evening. Sorry for the TPK. Let's go.
Come on in, join the show, take a seat, grab a hoe, kick your feet up on the desk, man, cause we about to roll, play some D&D, baby.
We ain't nothing but mammals, and yes, we do it like they do on the Discovery Channel.
We got people wild shaping, barbarians raging, Goop trying to gobble cause goblins are fucking cannibals. This is Dungeons and Dragons with lots of drunken asses, so send your kids to their room, break out the secret stashes.
Hey, kids.
No discussion about what's fair and right, this is us living life by a paradise. So, step on down to our lair of mice, face stepping right through your screen into paradise. Yo! This is paradise. Nothing's off limits in our paradise.
It's a fucking D&D.
This is paradise. Nothing's off limits in our paradise.
Going as far as you can see.
This is paradise. Nothing's off limits in our paradise.
Fucking all the succubies.
This is paradise.
Heretic, I think you meant succubi.
I knew what the fuck I meant. Roll for initiative.
Last time on Pairodice, when we last left our heroes, they were face to face with the deadly construct called the Hellfire Engine. They retrieved the artifact, closed the Hell Portal, and attempted a hopeless escape out of the bottom of the pit. They clawed their way out as the Hellfire fired at them. Gustaf and Angel managed to escape, but Goop and Adavei were not that lucky. Angel and Gustaf brought the artifact out of the cave to meet up with the rest of the party, barely escaping with their lives. What lies in store for our heroes? Find out this time on Pairodice!
So, Gustaf and Angel, you fly to the top of these mines and make your way out the cave. As you're exiting the cave and past all the dire wolves that you killed, you notice two figures that are standing there, Guy and Kara. As you look on,
are we outside?
Yeah, as you look on with your slight depression for what just occurred.
Gustaf just turns back into himself and just lays on the floor, just face on the floor.
Angel didn't even let go of Gustaf. She's on top of him. It's like she just fucking face plants on top of him.
Okay,
then,
I feel like we're being a little dramatic.
And then when he does that, he's gonna cast Cure Wounds at level 2 on himself and on her. Just go ahead and take care of that.
Oh, thank God.
Like one hand on him and one hand on her head.
As you feel the wounds and the exhaustion that you've gained from this chaotic night, it is quite dark outside, as you've been in there for quite some time, 5 or 6 hours. Kara and Guy, you both approach.
All right, Angel, you gain 16 HP.
Oh, that's fucking good enough for me, man. Oh, God. I feel so much better.
Where is everyone else?
Gustaf looks up at Guy from the ground, and he just mutters, "They're dead."
Wait, who's dead?
Goop and
No.
Adavei.
No.
We couldn't do anything else. We tried. We kept trying.
Fuck.
There's some sort of demon machine that just ran them over and took their souls. We took the stone that forged the portal, but that thing is still down there.
The machine is?
Yes. Gustaf looks at Angel and says, "You still have that stone, right?"
It won't leave me, so yeah.
All right.
Then that means that I must go down there as well.
No, I'm gonna get up and Guy.
Gustaf stands off as well.
Guy, you cannot go down there. We will die if we go down there. We need to rest. We need to come up with a plan.
Indeed.
Every moment that we waste, Goop and Adavei are going further and further away from this plane.
They stand no chance. Their souls were harvested by this machine.
Yes, well, what happened to their bodies?
Their bodies were crushed.
Their bodies are fucking destroyed. Yeah. Like, even if we go down there now and fucking almost kill ourselves trying to get them back, I can't guarantee we'll be able to.
What kind of talisman did you pick up? We're going to require a tether. Somewhere to tether them back to us. What do you have of Goop's? And he's kind of frantically, like, rummaging through his sack and trying to pull out something that'll, like, is Goop's or was of Goop's. And then also Adavei. But, like, Adavei was kind of a dick to him.
Yeah, Gustaf literally has nothing.
I have Adavei's tooth, but that's about it.
That will work. What about for Goop? We need something. We need something to tie them back to us.
I don't think you understand.
Kara, anything?
No.
Gustaf goes up to Guy and he grabs a hold of his shirt and he says, and he just has complete fear in his eyes. First time you've probably ever seen it. He just looks him dead in the eye and says, "We can't do this alone. Not in the state that we're in. We're down on numbers.
The guy's gonna
We
try
need
and just,
rest and assistance."
he's trying to like shake him off.
He's got a death grip on his shirt. And he's just staring at him, helpless.
Okay, so right then, guy kind of like gets like a glossy expression on his face and kind of like reaches up to his head where there's a single flower that Goop had placed there. He just remembered when they last said goodbye. He's gonna kind of pull it down and cradle it.
Gustaf kind of slumps forward into Guy's shoulder as a slight embrace and just says, "They're gone. We can try, but not now. We must focus on defeating the machine before we can bring them back. Without their souls, they're nothing."
I agree, but nothing is absolute, even death.
No, I agree, but
especially death.
It will take time. Not much, just enough for us to be rested enough and at full strength.
And this machine, how big was it?
Fucking huge.
Was there any other way out of there?
Only way in or out is by flight.
By flight?
Yes.
Can the machine fly?
No.
No, it's trapped there. I think it's shut down while we left because there's nothing left for it to destroy. So it's going to just rest there until we get to it.
I can't take that kind of risk. I will wait here. I cannot afford for it to escape us or evade us or run away.
Guy, it's in a 1,000-foot hole. It's deep underground. There's no way of it getting out. Please, Guy.
Gustaf holds up his finger and says, "Wait, what about that woman? What if we have her stand watch and make sure nobody goes in or out?"
What woman?
There is a woman that lives just down the road. She gives tours of this area right here, and he like gestures around them where like the lift was and everything that she showed them, and he says she gives small tours to people that are interested in the mine. She lives not far. We can have her keep an eye on this place until we return, and she can tell us what happened in the meantime. But we will all need to go back and find either someone to help us or something. I don't know.
I believe that I can take it.
Gustaf looks at him.
I said I can take it.
Guy, please don't do this to yourself. Please don't just stay here and wait for help. We don't know how long this is going to take for us to be ready to go back there. That thing, it's like one hit killed all of us almost. If it weren't for Gustaf dodging at the last second, we would have been dead.
Guy kind of like falls back onto his haunches. He's kind of staring at the entrance to the cave. I can take it.
No, Guy, you can't take this.
Listen, for once. I trust their judgment in this. They've seen whatever this thing is. I'm angry too. But, you gotta be smart.
Fine. Then we will do it your way. This woman that was in the cottage you were talking about, let us go talk to her. We'll need to collect supplies. We will need to power up. You can rest. And then we come back here tomorrow.
Gustaf kind of has like a light bulb go off in his head. He looks at Angel, but he says it to all of them. He says, "Do you all remember how Charity said to bring her artifacts?"
Yeah. To prove that we were strong enough for...
Right. This stone we retrieved, I believe it could be deemed an artifact.
No. I'm sorry, Gustaf, but I do not want Charity knowing that we have this.
Listen, she knew we were coming here. She either assumes that we all died or that we retrieved it, and she will come for it. I say it's best to bring it to her and receive any sort of boon that we may. Some sort of token of help.
I don't think we're gonna get anything for it.
Gustaf kind of looks at Kara and says, "But we might."
I don't trust her with this, Gustaf. It's already bad enough that I have it. I don't want it getting into her hands.
In this I agree with Angel. The less Charity knows about us, the better. Perhaps it is for the best that she thinks many of us died.
We could, you could at least just lie to her and say we destroyed it. 'Cause I feel like that would be satisfactory enough for her.
I can try. I believe she trusts me enough to take my word, but I will have to go there.
Not to mention that Adavei was owed quite a bit by Charity. If anyone, no, never mind.
If I bring to her this news of what has happened and what we have seen, I believe she may help us somehow. I feel it deep down inside of me. Is what you call a gut feeling. Are we planning on going back to Pairodice to gather supplies? because that would be the only place we really could.
I just want to go home, back to the guild.
We can do that.
Guild hall.
Yes. When you do that, I can talk to my people, and then after I rest, I can go see Charity before we head back here, and I can see what kind of help she can give us. Is that all satisfactory for you?
You guys still kind of staring at that flower that he has in his hand.
I'm going to walk over to the guy, and I'm just going to hold his hand.
He only has one, and it's occupied.
Yeah, I'm holding like my hand is placed over yours.
Nope. He moves it free. This is like his most precious possession. He can't risk, getting damaged in any way.
I'm so sorry.
This is not your fault, but also this is not the end. I believe there is a way to bring them back. There has to be.
Gustaf looks at Angel. He says, Angel, the stone. I won't give it to Charity, but we will hide it in the guild hall.
May I see that stone?
It's just floating around me at this point. I can't even physically grasp it.
You see a box, sort of like a stone cube with some sort of arcane insignias on it on all 6 sides. It looks to be solid, but it passes through objects and just kind of levitates there behind Angel and follows as she moves.
The guy's gonna reach out and he's gonna form his magic arm, and he's gonna try and touch it with that a la prototype type thing.
Angel's gonna fucking stop him. Like, please, let's not fuck with the magic hell portal.
I believe there is a possibility I can free you from that.
I don't care that I have it, but it's going to stay with us.
I agree. May I touch it?
Please, I don't want to fuck with it right now, guy. I do not have the strength to deal with whatever might happen.
Gustaf touches it.
Fucking.
Gustaf, when you touch it, it begins to follow you instead.
Okay.
But your hand passes right through it. But you can feel some sort of attachment to it. Angel, you seem to have lost that feeling that you had before.
Gustaf, you are the only one here who has attachments to Charity. As much as I trust you, I do not want that thing following you into the fucking tower.
Gustaf looks at her. He says, that's fine. I don't plan on it. But if I can study it, I may be able to learn some more. That's all I say.
Well, this is all secondary. We must continue with our objectives. It will be important for us to gather as much resources as we can and get as much aid as we can before we go back.
Gustaf says, I don't believe that going to the woman with this following us is good. So
can
what
I
we
please
can
have
do,
it back?
Gustaf gestures and says it's fine. And he allows you to touch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking take it back.
All right. And Gustaf says, what we can do, go to the woman, and Angel, you just stay out of sight for the time being. Then we ask her as much as we know. And then once we learn that, then we all go to the guild hall. Agreed?
I do agree.
I agree. I probably will just... Is it possible for me to just head to the guild hall while you guys handle her? Because I just want to go to bed.
That should be fine.
Company Angel.
I was about to say, somebody should accompany her.
I'll walk with her.
Guy, will you go with me to talk to this woman?
Nods.
Okay.
In Orcish.
Gustaf nods back in Druidic.
Oh, wow.
No.
Nice.
Fuck's sake.
All right, so we do that.
Because apparently druids are a race now.
No, they have their own form of
They
language,
have a
though.
fucking language.
Druids
LOL.
are their own
Is it
thing.
semantic?
Hmm?
Never mind.
It's on my sheet.
Very well.
It says Druidic.
All right. So that's, in case you missed that, Heretic, or did you catch all that?
Yeah, I cut it off.
Okay, so we're kind of micro-splitting the party.
However, the way back to Pairodice is the same direction. So you guys
Sticking
would
together
still
for the
be
moment.
correct.
Also, I forgot to put it away, so you guys to see this stone, this purple stone, levitating around my head. I think it's about 3 feet above my head.
Oh, and what is that, Gustaf?
He kind of realizes it's laying above his head. He kind of retracts it down to his hand and holds it out. And he says, this is another magic item I received when I found that dead guy. And he kind of points at his armor and his sword. And he's like, it protects me from spells.
I have something like that. He kind of taps himself on the head.
Oh.
He puts it in his back pocket.
Speaking of...
And what's up?
Speaking of, 2 things I just realized. Speaking of armor, Guy, I have bad news.
It is okay. I had already noticed.
Yeah, there's not just a fucking demon machine down there. They had black pudding, if you guys know what that is, and it dissolved your armor. Second thing that happened, it's probably more important than the armor actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Prom is still down there.
Oh shit.
He's safe. Where he is, he's safe. He's nowhere near the demon machine. But he's gonna have a hard time getting out of there by himself.
Well, then we must hurry back.
Indeed.
Yeah, let's heal up first before we go down there. He was perfectly fine when we left him. If he just stays there, we'll probably get back to him in time.
We'll come back tomorrow.
I will have to fashion myself some makeshift armor.
Yeah.
Gustaf kind of looks at me and says, well, if you're not able to do that, I'm sure I can procure some from one of my servants. They may be able to find you some.
Only if they can do it quickly. If they cannot, then I will go as is.
I will task them with that while we rest for the night. Alright, so do we move on to the lady?
Yeah, so as far as you guys head southeast back towards the coast to Pairodice, you trudge through the forest, and as you approach Pairodice, you notice that there's thousands of people crowded around a humongous circular platform in front of Charity's Grace. Hundreds of literally stone-faced guards mark the circumference of this platform. They all seem to be awaiting the appearance of Charity.
Oh, I'm staying far away from that. It's possible to get back to the guild hall without encountering that at all.
Did me and Guy not get to go talk to that lady at the cabin?
Oh, sorry, if you wanted to do that, yeah.
Can we just assume it happened?
Yeah, we could just assume it happened. Yeah.
Moving on.
If you want, unless you want to RP that.
Nah.
It's up to you guys.
I mean, does she tell us anything?
No, she wouldn't say anything.
Okay.
I want to do something. I want to act. I want to interact.
That works.
So, so she keeps an eye on the cave as you guys head off, and you approach Charity's Grace, and you see this. Based on the crowd reaction, she seems to have called an assembly where she is going to sentence Hope as you.
Oh God!
Wait, I didn't catch that for some reason.
Oh, she's called an assembly where she's going to sentence Hope and get some sort of as you prepare to go through to head back to the guild hall, you do have to, as the crowd is quite large, you do have to get through the crowd in order to get to the guild hall, if that's what you want to do.
I can't be fucking seen with this box, guys.
Can we take the long way and not go near that?
100%, yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Angel, it is possible that I can help you with that.
Gustaf also mentions the sewer, if that's like... Guy mentions that as like a last resort. There's a sewer entrance into the guild hall. I don't know exactly where, I have not explored, but...
That sounds like it'll come in handy, at least.
Yes.
I think I'd rather take the long trek around this mess.
I may be able to help you conceal that if you will let me touch that.
No, I'm sorry, Guy. I love y'all, but I want this to be my burden to bear for now.
There is no such thing as a burden to bear individually. We've already talked about this. We are standing in defiance to powers greater than our own. The only way that we can stand is if we stand together.
Guy, please, just...
I entrusted you with my greatest and most valuable possession, because I trust you.
I do trust you, Guy, but please just let me have this one, okay?
I'm going to go around. I'm going to go back to the guild. I'm going to go to bed.
Okay, my brain is a fucking mess right now.
The only thing that I am hearing is that you are not willing to share in your burdens, and yet you expect us to share our burdens with you.
Guy, can we talk about this tomorrow?
Unfortunately, in the way this world is going, we don't know there will be a tomorrow.
We can have the fucking therapy session where I unload my fucking troubles on you later, please. Not in a fucking forest in front of the fucking guillotine or something.
Well, then you may go the long way around, but I must see what has become of Hope and possibly attempt to save her.
Okay.
Gustaf kind of looks at Angel. He says, I will accompany you. Make sure you find your way.
I do not think that this is what we think it will be. I spent some time with the rest of Hope's troops, and it appears that this is part of some sort of plan. I cannot say for certainty what will happen, but I believe that there may be a moment for us to interact with them, and possibly play a key part.
I want to stay out of this, Guy, but if you want to help them, I won't stop you.
I'm with Angel on this one.
All right. He kind of shrugs his shoulders a little bit, limbers up his chain, that's wrapped around him. That's pretty much the only equipment he has right now is just, a small haversack and some chain.
Hold up, I have something. If you get into a skirmish, since I don't want to get into anything tonight, and I'm going to pull out my own chain shirt that I took off for Guy's armor. I'm going to hand it over to him, just in case.
Thank you. I do appreciate this. I will attempt to stay out of it.
It fits quite tightly.
Oh no, there's ample room in the chest area.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you underestimate how much room boobs take.
True.
Plus, I've got an entire sleeve, just like empty, which is nice.
True.
You can put snacks and stuff in there.
Like, there are some shirts I've got to wear an XL, dude.
Yeah, you forget the power of the titty.
The titty.
So who's going back with Gustaf and Angel, and who's staying with Guy?
I'm gonna go with.
Well, they're sentencing Hope right now, and I feel like we need to experience that, which is what Guy was saying. You guys can stay in the background if you don't want to be seen with your artifacts, but
Oh, at that much, Angel's gonna stay right where she's standing right now, out of sight. But she is going to let you have the armor.
Gustaf would stay with Angel.
Okay, so you guys are gonna stay. You're just gonna kind of stay back.
Out of sight, but just to watch.
Yeah, you can see pretty far. I mean, the crowd's kind of in the way, but you can see the light that's kind of shining down. It's sort of like this magical moonlight that's shining down on this large, 100-foot radius circle that's in the middle in front of Charity's Grace. There seems to be just a blank, empty circle, nothing there, no pedestal or anything. And the guards have just kind of formed a circle around it to keep people from moving into this circle. It seems the crowd is quite anxious. As you guys are waiting there, a late straggler arrives to come see the chaos. Kipper, would you like to describe your character?
So you see this tiefling guy, deep red skin. He has two horns pointing directly up, and he's wearing a cowboy hat, and he has this face that just sort of says I just woke up, and he's well dressed, and on his shoulder is a raven. And any of those with pretty good passive perception will see that the eyes of the raven is a bit wrong. I'm assuming Gustaf is the best person with perception here. So
yeah. So
you would know that.
Me or Angel, I think.
You know that the eyes of this raven is a bit wrong. It's not quite raven-like, but yeah.
I'm gonna call it Kipper's actually the raven.
and Kipper walks in, and yeah.
You as you approach Kipper, you notice you don't notice the stone, but you do notice that there's this small group of people standing set apart from the rest of the crowd.
What's up with y'all? Y'all know her?
No way.
Yeah, me too. I'd say the same thing. And I turn around and look at the crowd, just sort of thinking about the people behind me. My raven turns around and look at you guys though.
Angel's.
Go ahead.
Angel's just gonna back away awkwardly from the raven's gaze.
Am I close enough to Angel to recognize the rock floating around her?
Roll a perception.
Okay.
So who ended up going with Guy into the crowd?
I don't think.
Kara.
Car did? Okay.
19.
Okay, I thought so.
19. Oh yeah, you totally see it. Yeah.
19. Okay, so to be a little bit meta, I probably should have said this right off. Right. I have the ability to look through the eyes of my familiar, and that's very, very, very long range.
Shikasta.
So Kipper's looking through the eyes of the raven and staring at that artifact. Do I recognize it from anywhere?
You get
based
the
off
feeling...
of my knowledge with the six-fingered gentleman.
Correct. You get the feeling that it is some sort of magical artifact. You're not sure. You're not sure exactly what it is or its importance. You've never recognized it from anywhere. It does seem quite intriguing. As Angel, you see this raven kind of eyeballing the stone, the infinity eye behind you.
Then Kipper puts his senses back into his eyes and listens, actively trying to listen to the people behind him as he's turned away.
All right, as you guys still awaiting this spectacle, it seems that it seems that Charity hasn't made it to the location yet. Another straggler approaches. Lavender,
Can I
would you like
say-
to describe your character? Go ahead.
Can I ask something before she describes Lavender?
Yeah.
Would I notice when he looks through the eyes of the Raven? Like, when I notice a change? Can I roll something to see that?
Yeah, roll a
Like
perception.
Arcana? Perception?
I mean, not really, because it's really. I guess so. It's up to the DM, I guess.
You can see the eyes change, like the pupils dilate. Yeah.
Like perception or Arcana? Because I'm magical, and I mean, I'm also like.
Well, I'll have you roll a perception to see if you notice it, and then an Arcana
Okay.
to see if you can tell exactly what it is.
11, probably not.
Yeah.
I have a passive 18, so I would notice it. I would know what.
My passive 16, if that counts for anything.
I would say.
Why don't you guys just ask him about him?
No, I'm not gonna fucking talk to him.
Yeah,
That's rude,
Gustaf,
bro.
Gustaf, you noticed something strange, but you didn't quite see it eye to eye. So you can roll an
I got
Arcana
you.
with disadvantage. Angel, you saw it directly, so you could make an Arcana with advantage, or a regular Arcana. Sorry.
Ooh, a 20 with disadvantage.
As you guys are staring at the Raven, it flies off.
Three.
The Raven flies off, and then if you guys are watching it, you just see it sort of like fly off to a point where you can't see it anymore.
Yeah, you, Gustaf, you know that this is a magical creature that he would have the abilities to manipulate and see through.
Word. Okay. I mean, I know what it is, meta, but yeah, right.
I mean, that's pretty standard.
All right. I just wanted to see if I could figure that out. So, all right, cool.
Right. So Lavender, you approach through this. You notice the stragglers kind of hanging out there, separated from the rest of the crowd.
And I guess Lavender approaches with a sunny countenance.
What does she look like?
The first thing you would see would be the big, this big shield on her back that kind of is well taken care of. It has a triangle with stars at each point. She's wearing she is very tall, 7'5", with long curly hair that kind of hangs in front of her face. You can't see her eyes because it's so shaggy. She is wearing a sort of dress, it's like a dress with a lot of patterns on it, but it also has armored parts attached to it. And tied to her back are a whole bunch of javelins, and she has a mace on her side.
Right. Do you approach or do you just walk past?
She does approach.
Right.
Oh, one more thing as well. One more thing of note is that she has this sort of cauldron that's tied to her hip.
Right. So what do you say as you approach?
It's a lovely surprise. Are you here to watch what happened? I don't quite know what's happening myself, but since there's a whole lot of people here, I think it's some sort of party.
Oh, something like that, I think, yeah.
Well, what are you folks doing out here where you could be further in the crowd? You know, you miss all the excitement, you know?
Oh,
You can see the
not-
excitement from here.
Yeah, they're not big fans of crowds.
You're not here, Cara.
Yeah, but if she was there, she'd say it.
Don't worry, I completely understand. She's gonna stand next to him.
I can just imagine like Gustaf and Angel just slightly inch away from her. Just totally
Angel's
on
inching
edge.
away from both these strangers. Like, these two fucking strangers see these two fucking, like, roughed up, bloodied, tired, weary, just sad folk hiding in the woods, watching from afar, and they're like, let me go hang out with these guys. They got something interesting going on there.
Perfect.
Well, you never really know, you know? If people like away from the crowd, it's like maybe they got something that's maybe blocking them from being in front of people. Sometimes you just need a little company, you know?
Since Kipper's Raven has flown off his shoulder, he's walked deeper into the crowd.
Oh.
Right.
Okay, bye, bitch.
I was just sort of relieved to see him leave, honestly.
I try to hide myself within the crowd.
Okay.
23.
Damn.
Oh yeah. You just see him disappear into the crowd as suddenly this large or this tiny imp swoops down behind you, and you can hear it kind of as it reaches down for the stone behind you, Angel.
Gustaf turns and just smacks, just like kicks it.
Oh god. Roll to hit.
Roll to hit.
Oh.
Oh, thank God.
6.
The impulse dodges out of the way in the last second, and then you see him just flies higher up, and then he starts to make his way towards where Kipper is. Did I grab the stone?
How many characters is Kipper?
You did not grab the stone. As it went to grab the stone, it was it just kind of went straight through.
Okay.
Gustaf, I'm going home.
Gustaf says, yes, me too.
The imp joins the crowd.
And before you guys leave, you see sort of like a spinning platform begin to raise in the center, and you see Hope on her knees, bound by chains in a cage, and Charity is standing atop this steel cage. 2 Goliath guards stand beside her when she begins her announcement. As this platform still kind of spinning and beginning to levitate up into the air, the crowd completely draws silent.
This would be Kipper's first time meeting Charity, right?
Yeah.
Or seeing Charity. So
yeah.
He would like to get as close as possible without being super noticed by her.
Yeah.
Before all that goes down, could we have it cut over to Kara and Guy, who have been like trying to figure out where the operatives are and like what they're planning on doing?
Through the chaos,
we were trying to find the operatives that Hope has here.
Okay, so you guys set off to do that, yeah? Oh, sure.
Yeah, that's what we've been doing this whole time.
Yeah, as you're going through the crowd, you see some familiar faces, but they seem quite attentive on what's going on. They want to see this spectacle. Is there anything specific you're looking for?
Yeah, I spent quite a bit of time with the
Yeah.
So I'm, again, like you said, looking for the familiar faces, and I'm looking for any of the people that look like they're in a position where they can act.
Oh, yeah. Nobody seems to be in a position where they can act. The people you do know, they're kind of just standing and watching. They don't seem to be in any sort of, they don't seem to be the slightest bit stressed about this.
Okay, and they said something about a guillotine, but you never said anything about a guillotine, did you?
I did not, no.
Okay, that was just
all you see is
No.
the spinning platform race. She was just mentioning because it she knows that it's going to be a sentencing, that she would assume that it's sort of like a guillotine type thing. But you just see a spinning platform. You see Hope on her knees, bound by chains in a cage, and Charity standing atop this steel cage with 2 Goliath guards standing beside her. The Goliaths look very familiar. They're dressed in really nice suits. They look to be the same Goliaths that are at the casino.
Oh, the plot thickens.
Or it's just a security company.
I mean, yeah, but still, come on.
The silence ends when Charity begins to assume her voice. You hear, through time, we somehow found the safety and well-being of our city, endangered by reckless abandonment of the ideals we all stand for. Now understand why one would distrust someone such as myself, as the battle between good and evil has taught us that all good things come with dire consequences. I assure you, I am not the evil that these folks believe I am. I am a savior. I am redemption. I am the good that is necessary to move our civilization forward. Prosperity, freedom. And she looks down. And hope. She is not hope. She is treachery. As she has spent her time here in Pairodice, dismantling the rules that keep us safe, so will I dismantle my own rules to show the consequences of such disregard for our well-being, not out of malice, but out of desire to protect the citizens of this town from their own interpersonal evils. Hope, you will not be sentenced to the Ethereum. You will not be sentenced to hell. We will let the Raven Queen choose your destination. Until then, we honor the Leviatar, through this painful execution through fire, as she raises her arms.
And as that happens, Kipper steps forward and says, "And of what crime is this person guilty of?"
As she stops for a moment and puts away the fire that's in her hands.
I mean, you call yourself charity, but I don't really see much of a charitable display here. This person here is really expressing themselves and is stuck in this little prison that you put the rest of us in. So what crime is she guilty of? And the raven falls back on my shoulder.
I will show charity by not having you arrested because I am not that kind of person. I am willing to accept the ideas that not everyone is okay with who I am and what is going on here.
And of what crime would you accuse him? The guy's gonna try and like cast his voice, like to make it not sound like he did that.
You're gonna bust us. Kara's just gonna slowly like start hedging away from Guy.
She looks around. Roll a stealth.
I can already tell you this isn't gonna be good.
No, for Guy.
Oh, it was one. How's she both? Okay.
Roll a stealth. You were trying to throw your voice so that she would think you were somewhere else. So that would be a very stealthy-like thing to do.
No, it's just where you yell like while looking away, so it comes from somewhere else. Like I said, it's not going to be good, guys.
Roll
not
it.
good at all.
Your stealth isn't at disadvantage because you don't have your heavy armor on, so you're good.
You got a 2.
I rolled a 2.
As she looks directly at Guy. You as
How did
well.
she pick me out of a crowd? Okay.
You did a horrible job yelling.
Just yell.
Little something that humans and humanoids have called directional hearing.
I mean, moving on.
As she looks at Guy, listen, I'm not charging anyone of a crime other than hope. I understand that people do not take kind to what's going on here, and there's always going to be doubts, and I always show the greatest amounts of understanding that I possibly can. But this situation calls for a bit more. This situation put us all in danger, as we had weapons throughout this entire town. Thanks to this one individual, many people have died. Many small skirmishes have started in a place where I am supposed to be protecting people, where weapons should not be strewn around on the streets so that others can kill each other. That is not what I built Pairodice for. So, as I said...
So what is Pairodice for?
Exactly what it sounds like. It is Pairodice. It's a place where we can all come and relax and not worry about war, treason, and the horrible, horrible evils that is casted upon the rest of this world. And you hear the crowd sort of erupt in cheers as she says this.
What the fuck is going on?
Gulp.
Goop. I mean, not Goop. Dang it. Kipper steps back a little bit into the crowd with the raven on my shoulder.
And since Guy was pulling the like her attention, I feel like he probably isn't seen anymore.
Yeah, she's not really paying attention because she's really focused on casting this fireball spell at the moment as she reaches to the sky and seemingly grabs the flame out of the sky. Does anybody else have any interactions before?
Excuse me, and Lavender's gonna step up. I mean,
you play nice with Mama Lavender.
I really don't mean to be a bother. I know this is like exactly not really what I was expecting to happen, and I don't want to interrupt anything, but I've been kind of stuck here for a long time, and I had a life outside this island, you know. I had a life, and I'm not exactly sure how to get off. And what's this I hear about people saying that it's impossible to get out of here?
Let it be known, this is not the greatest place to be if you want to leave, because outside of these islands, I cannot protect. And surrounding these islands are some hideous, hideous monsters.
Well, sweetheart,
I have no control over this. If you would like to leave, by all means, find a way off of here. Find a boat, build a boat. I have no quarries. Leave if you do not wish to be here. But I cannot protect you from what's out there.
See,
and if we wish to leave, we would need weapons and equipment and gear. Oh, it appears as if we no longer have a way to procure these things.
And if you wish to leave, I can. As she looks at you, Guy. I have made exceptions for quite a few people that were doing my services, you included, Guy. And if you would wish to leave, so be it. Leave. I will supply
services.
you. I will
you say
supply
services, like the services that Adavei rendered by betraying her friends, his friends.
Are you insinuating that Adavei did not do what was necessary out of the good of his own heart?
I'm insinuating that you owe Adavei a debt.
Well, this is a matter that I would like to speak with you personally about after this execution.
Well, I think that would be far too late to call in the favor and what is owed to us.
Very well. What is this favor, you ask?
10 days.
10 days? For?
I wish for 10 days. Postpone this trial and your summary execution for 10 days.
As she looks to the crowd, do the rest of you wish for us to wait 10 days for this execution? As they all begin to scream, no, fuck no.
Mob mentality. Adavei died in your service. The least you owe him is to give us some time to deal with the loss before executing someone that we care about.
As you see a grief-stricken pain on her face. My Adavei? Dead, you say?
Yes, that is what I said.
Well.
What I ask for is not much. I'm not asking you to forgive or to release. In fact, I'm not asking. Give us 10 days. If not for us, then for the memory of Adavei, who was our friend.
Adavei wanted to see this very person beneath my feet sentenced for her crimes. And you're telling me that I should give you 10 days? I don't think that's what Adavei wanted. And if that's what you think Adavei wanted, then you obviously weren't friends after all.
Guy's gonna keep walking forward. He's gonna walk directly up to the dais.
As you're walking straight up to the what?
To the dais. You know, the cage and all that, where Charity's standing up there.
Yeah, you walk all the way to the front of the crowd as people just kind of stand out of your way. They kind of move like you're parting the sea, but when you approach the guards, they kind of put their arms out. You see hundreds of these guards around the circle.
The guy kind of raises his hands. You can see, or his hand. You can see he's not actually carrying a weapon. He has no weapon on him.
The guard says, I must not allow you to pass.
Wasn't talking to you. Looks up at Charity.
Charity looks down at the guards and looks back at you and doesn't make any sort of gesture to allow you through.
At some point, there comes a time in everyone's life where they must stand up to those that are more powerful and have all of the resources and the information, and they're unwilling to share it. But unfortunately, I must stand up to you, and I defy you, for what you are doing is wrong.
By whose laws?
Laws. Slavery has no laws, and yet you are keeping these people here slaves to whatever your twisted, demented fate you... damn it. I don't even know where I'm trying to go with this. Like, I know kind of, but it's like my voice, it messes me. Improv with an accent is tough.
Laws. According to my laws, anything worth having is worth going through pain for.
I couldn't agree more.
And if we want a society that is safe, then we must go through the pain. And unfortunately for Hope, she is the one that has to suffer this pain for us. As you see Hope look up at you, very calm.
In which case, do you fault the vassal or do you fault the master?
You see Hope look up at you very calm, just kind of shaking her head no. What do you mean, the master?
I mean that I am responsible for Hope's actions.
Ah, shit.
I need you to roll. I need you to roll a deception.
Deception? Okay.
Or a persuasion, whichever you feel. If you feel like you're persuading her, roll persuasion. If you feel like you're lying, because I think Guy thinks he's telling the truth here. I think Guy feels responsible for it.
I think so too.
So roll a persuasion.
I rolled a 16.
Tell me, Guy, if this is true, why should we not sentence you to death as well? As
well, you say?
As the guards begin to place their hands on their holsters, but not quite pulling.
Guy still has his hand like completely outstretched. You can see it's empty. He has no weapons.
Yeah.
I'm not asking for you to punish me as well, but I am willing to absorb the punishment, for this is my vassal, and I protect those who trust me.
What punishment would you suggest for such a crime to yourself?
Well, I think that we should leave it up to the people. He's gonna kind of turn it around and raise his hand. What do you want to see?
Death, 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 death.
Wrong idea.
He kind of turns back to Charity, and he's got like a manic, like expression on his face. The people have spoken.
Holy shit.
Yes.
Kipper, he takes a bat wing and a piece of coal. He slams it down and casts darkness over the area that Charity and Hope and Guy are. He casts fly.
Oh shit.
He casts fly. He grabs Charity and tries to fly away as far as he can.
You grab Charity?
In the darkness, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not Charity. Hope.
She's in a cage. There's no.
As soon as the darkness goes down, Guy's gonna just start bull rushing and trying to like create as much chaos as possible.
Because I think there was a misunderstanding. Because she's in a cage. So would you like to restate what you want to do?
Okay.
I'll allow you a mulligan on that one.
All right, cool. I didn't realize the cage. Okay, I thought she was just chained up.
Just get in there, bud.
Okay,
Just get in there. Come on, get in there.
Darkness spell. and I get that because I'm a tiefling, and once per short rest. Once per long rest, I can just do that. So darkness spell.
Okay.
And then I burn a spell slot to do Misty Step into the cage, fly, pushing up the cage, and try to go as far as I can.
Oh my shit.
So I burn all of my spell slots on that.
And while this is going on, Guy is going to go hog wild and start just making as much commotion and noise like as he can to like draw all sorts of attention because he's just trying to push towards the dais.
Imagine Guy like being like one of those people in the mosh pit and just swinging his arms wildly.
Yep, that's pretty much what he's doing. Arm.
As Guy just starts like the crowd begins to riot as they're upset. They can't see what's going on. You see this large beam of moonlight.
Trying to start a riot.
Don't get me started on that song.
Love that song.
Love that song.
You see this large beam of moonlight that was shooting down on this circle, completely cut off by this cloud of darkness. Can you see in that cloud of darkness?
I cannot.
You cannot. So you're just going off of where you thought things were.
Yes.
And all right, so you open the cage.
Well, I wanted to teleport inside the cage, try to fly away with the cage with me and her.
Oh, it's a human-sized cage. You can do it. You can do it if you want to make a strength check.
Okay, I'll do it.
While this is going on, can I see if like I can overpower the guards to push towards the dais?
Everybody that wants to be involved in this, go ahead and roll for initiative.
19, baby.
Nice, nat 20,
Nat
fucking 20. Oh, what
20.
a guy! What a clutch! Welcome to the party, Kipper. It's gonna be good to have you. It's good to have you, Kipper. Wasn't sure about you at first, but my God, with that roll, you're part.
Nat fucking 20. Let's do it.
Right.
And I want to fly away as far as I can.
All right, so you roll initiative.
Probably the only way you were gonna make it.
I want to eat the sun.
Kipper rolls initiative. Guy, are you involving yourself in this? Do you want to roll initiative?
Oh, I am the center. I'm the pièce de résistance.
11. Fuck.
That's a 19 and 11. Oh shit. Okay, 11. All right.
11 for initiative.
Not bad at all.
All right. So
15 for Guy.
As you lift this out of the darkness, you notice there's quite a bit of weight on top of this as you see Charity float down off the top of this cage.
Oh, damn it.
Open the cage and chop Hope's head off.
Ah! God damn it!
With this large ethereal blade that she has in her arms. And the second that the head gets cut off of Hope, it rolls off into the darkness, but you see the body begin to shift from its form into another form, a very bluish skinned form.
What?
Oh.
So Charity had another form? God damn it. Okay.
No, not Charity. Hope.
Yeah, Hope, right?
Hope, yeah.
Trap.
As Hope's body lays there, looks like Hope's body lays there lifeless. Charity kind of standing beside or floating, levitating beside this cage. She looks at you in anger, but a very content sort of anger, not a nervous, not a
righteous indignation.
Yeah, very much so. So it is going to be on Guy now, as you see them about 20 feet in the air.
Wait, didn't he cast darkness?
He did cast darkness, but they flew out of the darkness.
Yeah, darkness takes up 15 feet.
Yes.
Okay, so can I even see that? Because I would be like right in the center of the darkness.
It was a pretty big circle. I would say, considering where the darkness was cast, only the center was in darkness. You could see the cage kind of up above.
Okay, fuck. I mean, I guess Guy will stop struggling.
As you see,
because I thought we were in darkness, so that's why he's gonna like create a ruckus and to try and like distract Charity, so she would think that he was the one that was like gonna try and save Hope, but
right,
that all happened before he had a chance to act.
Yeah. So, but you could see Hope's head kind of, plummet into this darkness, this cloud of darkness.
You know what? Fuck it, guys. No. Guy's gonna kind of give up defeated. He's gonna fall back into the crowd and try and become part of the crowd.
Okay. So roll a stealth. Kipper, what would you like to do as Guys?
So does it look like Hope's body is not the body that I'm trying to save?
It looks like it was Hope, but it's transformed into another type of creature. Would you like to make a check to see what exactly that is? Because you can't see the head of it to see the body.
Yeah, sure. What type of check is it?
I say Arcana or Nature, whichever one you feel.
15.
All right. So as you look at this body, It looks very. The arms look very blue. The fingers are kind of long. It looks slimy. Your guess is that this was a doppelganger.
Oh. Okay. Dang. I guess I'm inside the cage now. Fuck. I will.
I'm trapped in a cage with Charity.
Yeah, Charity's not body. Kipper will take the dash action to move away 60 feet inside of this cage, and he tries to go as far as possible.
The cage is human size, so
yes,
you can try flying out of it.
Or are you taking the cage with?
Well, I'm taking the cage with me because I'm inside of it right now.
Right.
Word.
Oh yeah.
You
Okay,
fly
I get
at
what you're
60
saying.
feet movement speed, by the way.
Is that how that works? Hold on. Before
Yeah, you get 60 feet of flying speed, I believe.
Oh,
90% sure.
Yes, you're right. Okay, 120 feet.
Yeah.
I fucking dash the fuck out of there.
As you dash, you can hear Charity. You can hear Charity kind of like she looks at the body and looks kind of confused for a moment, and she kind of chuckles to herself as you fly off into the clouds. She just snaps her fingers and disappears. And as soon as she snaps, she disappears, and so do the guards that were standing around in this circle. The crowd seems to still be upset as they still can't see. Well, actually, you're far enough away now. The darkness probably would have dissipated, and they just see this blue head that does not resemble Hope laying on the ground.
Guy is going to whistle really, really loudly to try and get, Kipper's attention so he can help him get out of that cage.
120 feet away in the air.
Yeah, he's with a whistle, 120 feet, easy.
Yeah, okay, all right. You whistle. Kipper,
to roll something?
No, you hear it.
Okay. Do I notice that Charity's not there?
Yeah.
All right. The raven flies off my shoulder, flies towards Guy, and I just land wherever the closest area is to me, and then I put my consciousness into my raven as it gets on his or close enough to him.
Wait, what the fuck?
And the raven says in my voice, it tells him where I'm at. So basically, this part of paradise, meet me. And then I put my consciousness back into myself, and the raven flies off.
Guy, he would have told you to meet you the southeast coast of Paradise. You've never wandered that far, but you have heard that area may have been where Zindros can be found.
Looks like Hope escaped her own execution. If that wasn't her there, I wonder where she is now.